Well, it's the Milwaukee Streetcar versus Wisconsin weather.
So how will the cars handle the snow, ice, even lightning?
Meteorologist Brian Goddard got some exclusive access and some answers. Brian?
Well, as you know, I'm a science and weather guy, and there were specific things I wanted to find out about the hop. Will it handle Wisconsin weather?
So Brian, you'll be happy to know you're the first in the city of Milwaukee to see underneath the streetcar, the braking system.
I wanted to know how the streetcar runs, so I asked the people who know it the best. Alicia Attaway helped build the streetcars, and Daryl Simpson got streetcars up and running in 3 other U.S. cities before coming to Milwaukee. So here's how it works. It runs on electricity. The top of the car has something called a pantograph. It looks kind of like a metal arm. As the car is traveling around the tracks, the pantograph is connected to a string of overhead cables carrying 750 volts DC. So my first question is, what happens if the power goes out?
Well, we also have 30 lithium-ion batteries that the vehicle can run on. That's part of their energy supply system. So we can drop the pantograph and just run on batteries for up to 6 miles.
Those batteries also keep the streetcar moving on the half-mile stretch of route that doesn't have overhead cables. So should we worry about being electrocuted if the cables come down?
There's really no threat of electrocution, but obviously it's a dangerous situation. So if the power line was to come down, it should trip the circuit breaker back at the traction power substation, for which at that time power should be de-energized. If not, the fire department has direct access to all of our traction power substations, which they can shut down in immediate notice.
The cars travel about 25 miles per hour. Under normal braking, the car can stop at about 75 feet. So what happens in an emergency?
So any emergency that the operator has to stop on a dime, the track brakes will drop to assist with stopping the vehicle.
This is in addition to a normal braking?
Additional, yes.
At 83,000 pounds, almost 4 times the weight of a city bus, the hop can handle almost anything Mother Nature throws at it. If a tornado warning is issued for Milwaukee County, the sirens are going off, does the streetcar still run or does that stop?
If the tornado warning happens, dispatch will alert all operators that's on the alignment. We will take procedures to get the cars back to the barn and shut down service.
People waiting at stops would be asked to take shelter at the nearest safe location, just like any pedestrian would do. The streetcar runs on metal tracks with wires overhead. So what happens if lightning strikes?
The threat is not huge, but if it does happen, we have a lightning arrestor that's right beside the pantograph, and that takes that power surge and brings it straight to the ground of the tracks.
Wisconsin weather can bring slippery road conditions with rain, ice, and snow. Are there any concerns about like ice or the train coming off the tracks?
No, that's the great thing about our car with the software that we have on it. The software assists with braking and accelerating the vehicle. It assists the operator.
There are also sensors that can detect if the wheels are slipping.
We also have sand that drops. So for example, when you have snow or rain on the tracks, this assists to the wheels to slow down.
When it comes to snow, Attaway looks to Detroit's streetcar system.
Never took the streetcars out of service. Snow is not a big deal at all.
It seems like they've thought of everything to keep streetcar riders safe. We'll see if our Milwaukee snow can stop it.
Yeah.
As the streetcars do their practice runs, some of you have been complaining that they're kind of loud and squeaky. The experts told us that will go away over the next couple of weeks as the tracks and wheels become more lubricated and break in.
Okay, so they laugh at the weather. What has been the problem in all the other cities that have these modern streetcars?
Not the weather. It's us drivers, especially double parking along the route. The streetcar can't get around them because remember, you're sharing the road with them. So later this summer, the HOP will put out a detailed campaign about the streetcar's do's and don'ts so we can all get along safely on the roadways.
So we can't blame the weather, that's for sure.
Yet. Okay. We always find a way though.
Thank you, Brian.